Hello everybody, this is Sandgirl coming back at you with another tour of my super modded 1.7.10 fantasy world building world. Today we are going to be touring the village of Fjurost and its surrounding lands. And as you can see right now, I am on one of the two walls that help to protect and define Fjurost. So let's head down and get started. Head over here and down. So as you come in the main gate of Fjurost, the first place you'll reach is the stables, currently unoccupied. And we also have the leather worker, has his little shop set up here. Most of the houses in Fjurost right now are minimally furnished, so they only have maybe table, food prep area, fireplace, and some beds, and that's usually about it. So we continue further in, we have some residential houses. Most of them are simple, one main floor and then a loft usually where there will be the sleeping quarters. This one I really like because since it was built on this hillside, I kind of dug out a storage area down below. I do want to kind of change up the crates and stuff so they're different colors, and I need to stock them with items. And then for the upper portion, it's fairly simple. This one still needs a cauldron. And the central feature in Fjurost is the guard tower. It was here as an outpost before Fjurost was created. The tower itself was spawned into the Roguelike Dungeons mod. Beneath this is my base. Well, beneath this floor is a little prison with holding cells. Nothing too large. But beneath that is my base, which you can find in my last video, as I gave a tour of that. Barracks for the guards. And then if you come up here, you can see the lands surrounding Fjurost pretty well. There are some farms that way that we will get to in a bit. And you can see most of Fjurost. Behind the guard tower, as you come into Fjurost from the south, is going to be the general store, Mercantile, merchant shop. So it's laid out like a shop down here, but still has some living amenities. And then up here will be the main living space. And this road leads south out of Fjurost to a mine system, which I will show off in a different video. Then up here at the tallest hill in Fjurost is going to be the Alderman's Manor, with his own, or her own, we don't know yet, might be an alder woman, their own stables. And I just recently worked on furnishing the manor. Adding lighting and carpets and other little furnishings. The Alderman's Manor is largely inspired by the Jarl longhouses in Skyrim. I do draw a lot of my inspiration for fantasy building from Skyrim. This is the lower area where food is prepared, and we have a couple of rooms for the servants. This one, actually both of them really need to be furnished. This one just has a bed. We come back out. And if we head down the hill, we pass the home of Silk. Silk is an older woman who is very good at potion crafts. Her home looks mostly like any other home, except if you come to the back, she has a little hatch that leads down to her brewing area. And we'll harvest her nether wart for her, toss it in there. We'll also give her the spider eye and the gunpowder. And yeah, it's pretty simple. And there's a small beet farm between her and the blacksmith. This is Rainler, the blacksmith. I still need to give him proper trades and some dialogue. And we're gonna just hop inside his house really quick before he sleeps since it's getting dark. Alright. Then continuing on, we have a couple houses over here. Again, only modestly furnished so far. I still need to go back and do a lot of detail work, which is always most difficult for me. This one has a small garden. And this one over here has a plum orchard and bees. So this person here will be a beekeeper. You can see I already have the scoop. I think they have one of the larger upper levels. I need to put a bee suit on this armor stand. I think that's why it's here. Then if we head through this little patch of forest within the village boundaries, I went through and I added apple trees to the forest area, so they're more like they're wild growing apple trees. Go around this way. And this little house here has a chicken pen, and unfortunately my chickens, I think they keep getting eaten. But there's only ever this one guy. We'll see if we can give him a friend. Nope, no friend today. Sorry, buddy. And then the final building within Fjurost is the Gold Sword Tavern, run by Julie. Hi, Julie. Greetings, adventurer. What can I do for you? I am famished. What do you sell? So this is what the trade pages will look like once I add in prices. I actually have some money, so I think I'm going to get a baked apple. And if we go up, there are these rooms where people can stay for the evenings. And if we go down, there's a little storage area and a really simple brewing setup. And then we also have Julie's private quarters down here as well. Still needs a bit more furnishing. Nice place to drop off your sword or your tools when you come in for a drink at the end of the day. And I really like the signs added by custom NPCs. So that is most of the village itself. You can see I have a lot of customly done trees. I usually just grow a normal vanilla tree and then I add wood blocks and stairs and more leaves as it needs. And that one has a bird's nest up there. But if we head west out of Fjurost, we will run into the farmland. Now the farmland is all wheat, and there are a couple of houses around it with pigs, and off in the distance we have cows, and this owl that just likes to hang out on the road. But this house has a small garden. It's also minimally furnished. I'm hoping to be able to come up with NPCs for most of these houses and really develop dialogue and quest systems and possibly even factions. But that is probably farther off. I have these puddles and ponds throughout the wheat field that help keep it hydrated so that we don't just have these random squares all throughout. There's another farmer's house. And this bridge crosses over the irrigation canal and heads north on the road. But for now we're gonna go see the barn. I'm really happy with the topography of the farm area and the irrigation that I did for this. I feel like it looks better than just having that one block of water every 9 blocks. I might actually change this area up here to like a patchy dirt area. I might keep some of the grass, but put in a lot of wear and tear. And then in here is the barn, which still needs to be furnished. You can go up to the upper area, and this barn is mainly for storing food, grain crops and such, and not so much for keeping animals. And if we go around, we have a windmill off in the distance. The windmill needs to be repaired because since my last episode I have removed the mod that adds the windmills and switched it out with a smaller mod that also adds windmills. So I just need to craft a new set of windmill blades and put it up there. And possibly also do some work on the actual inside, making it so this looks more like a mill and less like just a support. Over in that direction, let's see if we can get a good view. Yep, there we go. You can just make out the lumber mill. I'm putting a lumber mill over there since we have a pretty sizable taiga forest right here. That would be a good lumber resource for a place like Fjurost. And that is still under construction. I have most of the actual mill itself laid out. I just have to add the water wheel. And then I also need to build the house for the people who will run the mill. And that's actually going to be on my next stream, probably. And I got an owl egg from that owl. So nice. We're just gonna head through Fjurost really quick and check out a couple of things to the south. I still need to go through and texturize the roads. I think I'm going to start in Fjurost and radiate out from there. But I need to go through and put in the depressed dirt path blocks and maybe some podzol. I'll see about what textures I choose. And I just recently widened this stretch of the road. It used to be only about 3 wide, and I widened it to 4 wide in most places. And then off in this direction, the road is going to branch and continue eastward. But for now, we're going to continue south. We're getting close to my next build. That's a little goblin hut added by the witchery mod. But if we come down here, this is probably one of my more finished builds. I have this little Bandits Den. He's apparently hanging out in here. He's not one of the bandits. But I really like it. I have blocks where I put a water source above them, and so they drip. And then I also have the roots from Biomes of Plenty that I added. So it gives it kind of a murky, musty feeling. I have an area with all the loots. Probably put some coins in there. And the place where the bandits sleep, and their leader, of course, is not going to sleep on the ground. He's going to have a proper bed. We've got these nice barricades, and it's tucked just under the road, so you can't really see it unless you know it's there, but it's convenient for catching travelers. And it's starting to get dark again. So up next is the Wizard's Tower. I just recently finished extending the Wizard's Tower and furnishing it, and I am being followed. I think the spider's underground. So I'm going to go in, and it has basic living quarters down here. If we go down, we have a storage, cellar, and another wart farm. Not actually, oh, it's because that block is low, I think. Yep. And then if we go up the stairs, we have the sleeping area, where I'm going to hop in for right now. Pass the night away. And then we continue up. And we have the actual magical workshop with an area to do potions, to add spells to your spell wand, to store your spell books. And in fact, I think I'm going to put these ones in there. Got some stored goodies. Trying to think if there are things that I can drop off here. I'm going to toss in the potato, the apple, not the egg, the string, and then I'm going to turn that bone, that pile of bones, into bone meal, and we should be good. I'm also going to go find that spider because I find him quite annoying. Hey buddy, you're being awfully loud. Hop back up. And the final place that I'll be showing on this tour is the mine shafts. There's a little miner's camp kind of in this pocket of the craggy hills near that waterfall. And there's the penguin. I'll take that egg. Thank you. I can't help myself. I always have to take the eggs. There's this house. I can't quite remember who I was thinking would be in this house. I don't know if I was thinking it would be the owner of the mine or what. Probably would be the owner. and a couple of stables. And then we have the little outbuildings where the miners live. And they're all structured fairly the same, so I'm just going to take a look at one of them. Got the tools, have beds. I need to put decorative campfires in each of the hearths. And maybe actually add a formal hearth. And I also need to add tables and counters, that kind of thing. Have little barrels. I'm going to throw the string in there. And there are 3 of these buildings, and each building has 4 beds, so there's going to be about 12 miners. If we go down here, we have the actual mine system. It's a general area to store things. Maybe put some dynamite in there. And we have little shafts. An auto smelter. I kind of want to put a big furnace right here. If we go deeper, you know, they dug out around this coal and they're getting ready to take it out. Might want to add half blocks there. And it's just little mine shafts on this side. But on this side, it opens up into a ravine. And so we have a creeper. Is he down below? Yes, he is. Okay. It has this wooden catwalk that was added. And I might bridge across and put a couple of mine shafts over there. But given that this is backed up to a mountain on the south side, that I think is where most of the mining is going to take place. Is deeper into the mountain. We come down this way, take out this creeper, and I have the little starts of mine shafts branching off. I need to put more of those in, and I might make a bridge across this ravine, and that is the most daring pig I have ever met. I made it so that he could actually go back up there, and I don't know why he stays on the edge. Anyway, this has been a tour of... Oh, that is a funky tree up there. This has been a tour of Fjurost and its surrounding lands. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, a thumbs up would be greatly appreciated. And if you want to see my progress on places like this, you can catch my Twitch streams at twitch.tv/sandgirl_456. Right now I'm streaming weeknights from 8 to 10. So thank you so much for watching. Hope you have a good day. I will see you next time.